Hello again. Another breezy one, I'm afraid, but it's not too bad. Wind blocker will remain on though, just in case. So, plans for today: heading in the Polly Steps direction to begin with, then up onto the seafront. Got some more pictures of the stage, and I managed to do some dating of it. So that'll be interesting. My son and family are of course due round, as it is indeed Sunday, the day of my son. And if you remember me talking about a leak underneath the sink, I got the part. Here it is flashed up on screen. Very exciting, very complex, some sort of sink trap. Anyway, he's going to fit that for me this afternoon. Lovely. Notice an orange man up on top of the wall. There's one over there hiding in the bushes. And down at the bottom as well. So some work going on that wall. Still standing. St James's, of course. St James the Less. Not just a church, but a community hub as well, especially in the past. Here's an article from 1978 with some youngsters that are operating a radio station from the church, or connected with the church. Crazy. St James's, lovely. Back when I was at school, that was a sweet shop, and just in there was a video game as well. Can't remember what it was. We used to go in there and play that video game, and I think they did chips as well, but it wasn't like chips from a professional fryer like a chip shop. It was chips that they just sort of knocked up in a fryer themselves, like, because they wanted to cash in on the school kids wanted chips. See those balconies on those houses? Yep. Over the noise. Right, 1972, Dad's Army, carnival entry on the road just over there. Lovely. That would have been just over there, bottom of Exeter Road, where that bridge is that we stand on and look out over sometimes. These days, where you have the carnival, it all sort of starts downtown and just does a loop round to town. But back in the day, in the 70s, it all used to start up at the avenues, which is much further along down here towards Shoulden Bridge. And it all sort of started there and formed, and then it came down all along this road here, right down into town. Totally different sort of route in the day. Came all along Coombe Vale, I know that. So I got quite a few pictures of it coming by and think, well, what's it doing up there? So I did a bit of research, and indeed that's where they used to run it from. Just jumped across the road so I can cut down this way to Polly Steps. Not a play area. Oh, I was going to go in and have a play. Never mind. You know the phrase, a lesson learnt? I walked down here once filming the roof like this, and didn't sort of see that bollard there. And the wording is, bollard is very appropriate because it sort of hit me right in the bollards. And that was quite painful. So I remember that now. Past this building here, which was the Napoleonic prison. Yeah, really, not making it up. Napoleonic prison down here, before they took them up to Princeton on the moors. Docks are open today. They're loading up a ship. Bidden house up there. Earl of Pello's place. Who, the story goes, his wife was called Polly, and back when this was his garden and the train wasn't there, he created Polly Steps so Polly could wander down to the water. So the story goes anyway. When you really research it, you find out her name wasn't Polly, it was something much more sort of convoluted. However, it may of course have been a pet name, or if someone else has suggested to me in the past that Polly may be like a Devonshire pronunciation of pillow. So it might have been pillow steps, but it got sort of translated or broken away as Polly. I wonder if we're going to see any river chickens. And not to sort of give you a spoiler or anything, but no sign of any river chickens so far. Yep, unless they're up the end there. We'll have to go and find out. Can look really different when they rip down these buildings up the end here. They've been here all my life. Still got some bits and pieces in there, not been cleared out completely yet. A few birdies. And as usual, when I come along, they'll fly away. Look who I found. Better go down and give them their breakfast. Gonna feed them from the bridge, keep myself a little bit of distance from them. Here they come though, they certainly seem to know me. I've not been shaking any food at them yet. Right, let's get the food out. Even got a special guest appearance from some ducks at the moment, which is rather nice. Don't normally see ducks down here, do we? Anyway, let's shake a little bit more down. Alright, that's the end of the bag. So the ducks are having fun. Swans don't mind the ducks sharing. Ducks don't want to share with other ducks. But all good otherwise. Yeah, that's it, I'm afraid, guys. I'd have brought more if I'd known you'd had your ducky pals with you. But I didn't, did I? Never mind. Yes, I think that's the first time I've encountered ducks down here at Polly Steps. Have to start bringing even more food now. It's only officially 3 degrees today, believe it or not, despite the sun in the sky. And with the wind blowing at me at the moment, I think it's probably down to about 0, -1 at the moment with the wind chill. Strange, quite deceiving, quite deceiving. Even Mum said to me this morning, why is there so much smoke coming by the window? I said, it's not smoke, Mum, it's steam. It's from the boiler. She says, well, why? I said, well, it's so cold out. I said, it's having to work so hard. Who is keeping watch? Is it the camera or is it the pigeon? Now I walk by this often and I say, oh look, there's the one missing, etc, etc. Andy's told me what it is, but I can't remember when he told me again. And the best one is to do with people going off to war, I believe. To do with the war. That's the one that's missing. Here we go, down on the fish quay. Just checking on Alan's boat. And there it is. Safe and sound. Excellent. Ship in with that outdoor seating area. Lovely. and to share the smell that you can't smell but I can, like varnish down here where there's people working on boats and that. It's very nice smell, appropriate. Heading up towards Pam's old cottage. Morning, Pam. Hope you're having a good Sunday. There we go. Pam's old cottage. Lovely. I believe that's the ferry over there on the Shoulden side, the covered ferry. And I've had some news as to why they were saying they couldn't use the other one anymore. Apparently, that one there for the inclement weather has been infused with foam all inside the bow, so it's very, very difficult to sink. But apparently they've risk assessed the other ferry that it doesn't have foam in it, and if a jet ski was to run into it, it could break and sink. So that's why they're running that one, and apparently the other ferry has gone off to be sorted out. So that's the news on the ferry, and that's come to me from Darren, who's the chap that sends in pictures from time to time, and his dad was a fireman in Teignmouth. Lovely. Cheers, mate. The shack appears to be exactly the same as when we last saw it. No more work's been done to it. Maybe that's because they're moving to the other place and that's where the work has stopped. I don't know. Well, the Point car park looks pretty full today. Right, going to step out onto the road in a sec. Try and line up a picture of the stage. Here we go, round about here. You'll notice in the picture, I'll throw it up, there we go, that the Venus building hasn't been built. The den is still there, of course. And over to the right, the other side of the ice cream cellar, is the stage. And it shows a clock, which I'm going to zoom in on. And this is dated mid-1920s. So I went off on a little bit of research. And here's what I found out. In 1922, this is a picture from the Colin Firth collection, taken from the pier looking back, and as you can see, visible. And I've also got another one from the same collection, taken a couple of years later, 1924. Here we go. Stage is indeed still visible. So I tried to find other dates, and I got to 1933. No stage. Crazy. So it's definitely just in the 20s. Just in the 20s. That's where it would have been, just about there. Right in front of me. As I say, earliest one I found is 2022 or 1922. And I know by 1933 it was gone. So we have got some sort of time period for it, which is great. And while we're enjoying that view off of the pier, let's have another Tux postcard this time. 1956. Here we go. Lovely. And as usual, that postcard also available in colour. Lovely. So there we go. Any more info on the stage? As usual, send it in. And thanks very much to the anonymous chap that sent in the first picture that started off this little collection I've just done. Cheers. And there's Rufus out at Spray Point. There's the view at the pavilions, full of people, all having their breakfast. There's our Sunday morning triangle. Lovely. And of course, as it's Sunday, We've got a lovely Sunday lunch from Nick at Tradewinds later on, which I genuinely enjoy. I'm not on any arrangement with him to promote him. I don't get any discount or anything. I don't think he even knows about the videos necessarily, in all honesty. But yeah, anything I use and I really like, I will plug. So Nick at Tradewinds, takeaway Sunday lunch, beautiful. Really look forward to it. One last pan round before I head up out this wind, get this edited, then have my son come up to fix me leaky pipe. And there we go. The wander comes to an end. Thanks for joining me. And no clue what I'm doing tomorrow at all. We'll decide that later. Anyway, take care. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found the stage info interesting. I certainly did. We got a date. Yay! Laters.